Alright, Taurus. Okay, so hey, my name's Ray. I'm going to be doing your readings. This is anywhere between now, January, or whenever you watch this. It doesn't really matter. Messages always will apply to you no matter what. Okay? Not, you know what I mean, but time doesn't really matter. So, yeah, so January to February. Usually my readings go anywhere between 1 to 3 months. Because that's just how they are. So let's jump right into it, Taurus. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of communications going back and forth just with you. So this is like with you, genuinely, personally, yourself, the way you feel, the way you're thinking. Okay. There's just a lot of communication going on with you and people. Okay, and these usually come, some of them can come very confrontational, but I just want you to know, if anything if anyone's trying to, what they're telling me is like back you up into a corner and confront you about things, you're going to have a very big upper hand during this time. Just be careful with the way you do speak to people, because a lot of times it's going to make you come off as very pushy. It can make you come off as very immature. It can make you say things that you regret, okay? But long story short, I do feel like for these next 2 months, you're just striving to be successful, right? Let me fix this. I feel like I got triple chins. Okay. So I feel like, yeah, so you're just really striving for things that are going to make you be very successful during this time. I keep getting this, and it's really weird with a lot of people, is about the cars, all right? Something to do with a new car, fixing cars. With you, this could be a problem with vehicles during this time, so just kind of be careful. Check the tire pressures during this time. You could have a flat tire. If you're anywhere living around me, we're having days where it is a blizzard, and then the next day it's like springtime, and the next day it's like raining, and then it all freezes. So just make sure your car is really up to date. That's just kind of, or not up to date, but just make sure it's checked. Okay, oil, everything. So yeah, I feel like you're just striving to do something in your life, but you have to go through a lot of immature people in order to get there. There is a person, now this is going to be 50-50 for you guys, and usually my readings are really straightforward, but for me there is two different kinds of Tauruses I'm talking to. There is going to be, I do feel like for a lot of you guys, it's talking about a woman in your life. Now, either this person is going to be a future employer, it's a girl. Okay, so either it's like this person, for 50% of you guys, I see this person as being very positive, taking you under their wing, listening to you, teaching you something, those kind of things. And then for the other part of you, this is going to be somebody who is being that immature person. So, and you want to kind of knock them down a peg. I'm just telling you, pick your fights very wisely during this time, especially if you're arguing with anybody. It's almost like if this isn't like a love situation, then just be careful with this person, because this person can be very, they're very good with their words, whatever, they know things, okay? And you want to keep knocking them down a peg, and they will get back up, and they will kind of complete the situation. It's almost like they know more than you, and either they're really showing it to your face that they know more than you. But anyways, that's going to become apparent. So don't get discouraged by people like that either. And don't try picking fights with anybody either in general. This is just not the time to do it. Okay, you can make yourself look really silly in this time, especially if you're the person who's coming off as a little bit more immature. And it's not all of you. I'm not saying like this is bad for all of you, because I do feel like it's a 50-50. Like I said, it's either the people who, I'm going to start with the people because I feel like they need to hear this message the most. the people who are really frustrated in life right now and they're just trying to do better than them, like better for themselves, there is going to be a woman in your life who can be a mother, who can be a sister, who can be a daughter, who can be a boss, an employer, or a female you work with, because it's definitely coming off as a female, all right, and or just whoever this is, whatever. And they either are giving you an opportunity or trying to give you an opportunity, and you're taking it and you're like pushing it to your limit, okay? You're trying to do everything you can to really gain the trust or gain this position. And it's like, don't overwork yourself, because this person's going to pick fights with you. There's going to be things that you do that they don't like. Maybe this person's older than you, or maybe this person is more mouthier than you, or maybe this person doesn't even have to be smarter than you. It's just they talk very well, or they have a very strong social game, right? So, like I said, this can be you and that takes something within you and it like really heats you up and pushes your buttons, and then you start acting immature, or it's this person who you find is acting a little bit immature, and you're like, dude, come on, like what the fuck, like just calm down. So it's not all bad, by the way, for you guys, and I'm going to start with the other half of you guys, the one who this person's actually the complete opposite. This person, and I feel like if it's a romantic situation in your life and this person is doing goals right now, if that makes any sense, like this, and like I said, if it's not romantic, like this can be a daughter, this is someone who, this is someone in your life where if you're not, if you're not understanding them, the way they're thinking, if they're coming off a little bit harsh, and they're really determined, it's just because they're doing their own thing right now, and you'll understand that, and they're probably just pushing towards their goals. So for all of you guys, on a really good note, because so it's like you're trying to think about things what you want to do, or you want to try to think about a different path to take in your life. You're just thinking about the future, okay? You're trying to balance things out. You're trying to make decisions about, should I do this or should I do this? Should I save money for this or should I save money for that? And I think it's coming into a blend, because what I'm really seeing is that there's a blend of two worlds for all of you guys. And a lot of you guys want to sit down and a lot of you guys want to have fun, but a lot of you guys at the same time kind of want to mature a little bit, and you want to save for bigger things like a house or like a car or a wedding or engagement ring, or you want to have a a family. And I think that is the only thing that's separating your mind right now, and it's giving you difficulties. So like your guys' reading isn't all that hard. In the gist of it, I think love-wise, it's going to be going really good. I feel like whoever you're involved with is going to be really, during this time at least, is going to be very opinionated, which is alright, because you guys are a pretty trustworthy and understanding sign. I think money-wise here, you could be working with people, a lot of women, or you could just be working with a lot of people who are very chatty, right? And it's just telling you to just kind of lay back and wait for the right time to pounce on that situation and make an opinion. If you're more of like a hot-headed person, I'm just warning you during this time, if you tried picking fights with people, it's not really going to go in your favor, so maybe just sit in the background, and that's easy for you guys to do, and just wait for the time for you to get into that situation and make a solid opinion, because people are just going to try to knock you down for it, and that's all right. That's honestly all right. It's just let people do their thing, and you got to do your thing. Just don't get mad about it. Yeah, but anyways, with money, I do feel like you guys do have, it's you're not getting more money, and it's like you're not getting less money. It's pretty stable, it's pretty solid, but I think the only thing is you guys are trying to figure out what you want to do with that money in the long haul. Do you want to save it on things that are fun to you, like a new car, or a new radio or whatever you guys like, or a new phone, something like that. Do you want to spend it on yourself as like a fun thing, or do you want to save it and maybe spend it on a vacation or spend it on a new home, or so I think those are the only things, and I think that's kind of what's beating you up, is because you want to go, like you see your vision in your head and you know you're going to be successful. I think it's just like the time, and usually you guys are really patient people, but it's like you feel like you're kind of running out of time even for some of you, and you don't know how to, what exactly it is you want to do. You know you want to do something and you know you're going to do it, but it's the question of what is it that you want to do. Okay, so I hope that made sense. I try to get the stronger messages out, and then I just want to wrap it up for you so it comes to a final peaceful conclusion, I guess. So anyways, since I did January and February, I'm going to be back next month if you guys want to come and stop by and visit. But I want to be doing a love spread for February and just focus it on love, because this month it was still February, but this was, I think, for all signs, more general. So, and that's all right. But yeah, I hope to see you guys there. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night.